Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into the Nations Cup. My name is Bahamut. I am slowly waking up more and more throughout every series, and I'm more awake for this one than the first, as we've got Sweden versus Denmark here in the Heroes International, or this, excuse me, the Nations Cup first. Is it, what do they call it again? I always forget that, it's first something. First stage. So if you're wondering how the stages work, so right now we are in the first stage of 2 stages for EU qualifications. There are 16 teams that are vying to represent their country. There were country breakouts as well. We were casting those throughout the week, but we also, or the previous week, but throughout this week we've been casting Group A, Group B, and yesterday was all of Group C. Today is all of Group D. There are 16 teams in total, 4 teams in each of the 4 groups. 2 teams will make it out of each group and then go to the second stage qualifier, where it's going to be the top 8 teams from this stage will be battling it out for the top 2 spots to represent their countries at the Nations Cup in June. If you'd like to know more about it, !Nation Cup in chat. When it comes to the draft style, it is going to be much like Meta Madness, where the heroes that are picked and played are the ones that are banned away. Now, since we are starting a new best of 3, there are no heroes banned away. There's no perma bans. There's no global bans. The only bans that are applied are the ones at the top of your screen, but those are only pertaining to the map. So for map number 2, if Brightwing's not banned away, she can be picked up. We are going to see another sort of, it's looking like the exact same start to the draft here. 4 Infernal Shrines for Sweden, as we previously saw, up against United Kingdom. Lauber with a quick Diablo snap. I like it. I'm excited about it. Oh, also, as a reminder, all of these VODs are going up on YouTube. I edited all of Group A, and I got, actually, I forgot to put up one video last night because I was like, I'm going to bed, whatever. But basically, like, I have VODs scheduled out until, like, the end of April almost already. If you go to the YouTube, I only have 1 video upload a day, so if you want to have some extra Heroes of Storm casting content, or if you want to check out any of these other games from previous qualifiers or anything like that, be sure to go over to the YouTube page, !YouTube. But we are going to be seeing a Dahaka. Now, instead of a Falstad, we will get an early Hanzo. I am excited to see this Hanzo grabbed, and we'll see how Gia plays it. I'm assuming Gia will be the one on it. Good morning, Preacher. What's up? Hey, Last. How you doing? Last got second. Unfortunate. But it's good to see all of you in chat. Happy Sunday. Thanks for hanging out with me. Do appreciate it a ton. So Kerrigan banned away. Hammer to be gotten rid of as well. It's a Joanna Blaze to the right-hand side for Denmark. They still need a healer. Still need some Shrine Clear. Still need some damage. What are they going to be leaning into? Are we going to see some, like a simple mage and a sustained damage dealer? Like a Greymane Li Ming? Genji's actually up and available. They could go Genji Li Ming. Double reset composition. It's not the most popular on Infernal Shrines, but, you know, if they wanted to grab that Genji, it's a possibility. We could see Shimada Bros for the side of Sweden. I actually would not be too upset to see Shimada Bros get the Genji Hanzo and then put Henning on something he just wants to, what he feels comfortable with. Decker Kane would be good, but I know that the EU players often like a cleanse, so maybe we'll see Anduin. Ooh, okay, Mephisto. All right, Mephisto jumps in for the side of Sweden, and a last pick Nazebo. All right. Hopefully we get more HOTS tournaments. Hopefully, Rommel. I always say this, as long as there's HOTS tournaments and stuff to cast, and there's a lobby slot or a clean feed, I will do my best to do it. Enjoying your coffee with some HOTS with your friends. Couldn't ask for better. Oh. Well, thank you all for being here. Let's go ahead and swap into the casting screen. Let me go ahead and start up a prediction. Which team wins Infernal Shrines? Will it be the members of Sweden or will it be Denmark? You know the dealio.
Hey, listen.
Gamble has begun. Get your predictions in. Thank you, Ashmantle. Read my mind, dude. How you know that, like, your timing is impeccable. It's like you almost know exactly when I'm going to talk about it. On the left-hand side, there's your level 1s if it does impact your voting. On the left-hand side, we've got the members of Sweden. Once again, Lauber on Diablo, Svampgod to play the Dahaka, Gia on the Hanzo, Skog to play the Mephisto, and Henning on the Anduin. I think I said some of those names twice. My brain is just not fully awake. To the right-hand side, we got a new team we have not seen yet. We got Denmark. We have got Chinatown on the Joanna, Soyboy playing the Rhaegar, the Legend on Tychus, Baby Houdini on that Blaze, and Crosby playing the Nazebo. I gotta say, Baby Houdini, that's a fantastic name. That is such a fun name. Baby Houdini. I don't know why. Just bet the farm on Sweden. Don't let me down. Lauber is going to turbo int immediately. Last night I was at the bar and some random guy sat down next to me during bingo, and the movie The Wedding Singer was on one of the TVs in the bar. And I had mentioned, I had pointed, because, the guy made a joke about, put on The Bachelor, because I was asking for, something on one of the other TVs. And he was joking around, put on The Bachelor, and I was like, The Wedding Singer's on one monitor. And then we started talking about Jerry curls for some weird reason. I was like, dude, you should do it. Because I guess apparently the guy went to, there's a barber nearby, so he went to go there, and they weren't open. And so he's like, I'm just gonna go get drunk. Soyboy low does go down. Lauber will live. Mephisto trying to chase out onto Nazebo to get a kill, but it won't work out. 23 stacks, by the way, for that Nazebo. Gia. Almost. Gia, all that scatter, just narrowly avoiding the other two. So yeah, anyways. The guy was, I was joking around. I was like, yeah, I give great haircuts. So Betsy, the bartender, was just like, we should make that one of the bingo prizes. We can have you give people a haircut. Anyways, it was a good time yesterday. It was nice to get out of the house and joke around with people for an afternoon. Was a good time. Mephisto, Henning, Gia. Well, I'll grab a camp on the left-hand side. We do see the members of Denmark grabbing their own mid-lane Impaler camp. We have one kill for the side of Sweden here. Explosive arrow level 4 for Gia. Expectation is going to be piercing arrow, especially with the extra arrows created once you finish out simple geometry. 2 extra arrows are created. Good momentum from the side of Sweden. They've got a slight experience advantage from that kill and good rotations as well. We will see first objective being the Arcane Punisher. Lauber just getting some fire stomps out onto the wave. And there's going to be your first Arcane Punisher. First Punisher of the game will be Arcane. You got the bigger they are for the Tychus, by the way, at level 4. No In the Rhythm. Spite for the Mephisto. Soul to Flame for Diablo. Lurker Strain for Dahaka. Incinerator Gauntlets? Yeah, Incinerator Gauntlets for the Blaze. Alright. Nothing really, of major note just yet. Full Spider build for Nazebo. We're not going to see any sort of Toads or Pandemic. Svampgod versus Baby Houdini. I'm assuming Svampgod has got Brushstock available. That's not really the concern. Right now, let's take a look at the objective phase area that is going to be contested between these two teams. And a nice handful of skeletal defenders go over to the side of Sweden. Denmark backing away right now. More fire stomps out from Lauber, getting maybe a soul or two off of all of that. Skog actually jumping out into the minion wave to try and get some poke onto the enemy, as Hanzo is going to take a Jet Propulsion to the face. He goes for Gia tries to natural agility over the wall, and that's got Henning with the Leap of Faith. Now there's a great zombie wall. Tyke is coming in, shredding through the health bar of this Anduin. That's a beautiful scatter from Gia, though, into Tychus. Tychus will be falling. Now Chinatown might be shattered, as this is an Iron Skin to save the Joanna. Lurker Strain from Dahaka bops back the zombie wall of Nazebo, as Nazebo tries to throw in some spiders, but the jar unfortunately was empty. Skeletal defenders were not tagged by that jar, and a couple regeneration globes for Gia, Skog, and Lauber as they push in through the bottom lane with this Arcane Punisher. Joanna takes the jump, and she'll pop the Iron Skin. Bunch of slams from the Arcane Punisher. John Cena making his way through bottom lane, but Tychus shredding into the Immortal immediately, or the Punisher, excuse me, as the fort front gate goes down. And I don't know if the members of Sweden can go in further than this. Actually, yes, they will. They're going to get a solid 25%, if not more, off this fort. I'd say a solid 30% off that fort. Sweden coming in strong. Gia with 19 out of 20 stacks. 95 souls for Lauber, 3 stacks for the Dahaka, 0 stacks for the Anduin, 56 Voodoo Ritual for the Nazebo, 45 on a Spider Colony, that doesn't sound right, Widowmakers, and no stack on the Joanna. Now, the reason I brought up all that is because we do have our other stats to bring up, since 10 talents here will be at the top of your screen fairly soon. So at least you're caught up. If you're maybe listening, washing dishes and stuff, at least you kind of know that most of those quests, or at least a lot of quests, are getting close to completion. As we have the other stats at the bottom of the screen. Nearly 10k damage for the Tychus, but Mephisto with 18,000 damage. Mephisto doubling the damage nearly of Tychus. God dang, that's wild. You can see the heroic experience, not that big of a difference. 200 or so with the extra kill for the side of Sweden as Baby Houdini in top lane pushes up onto the fort front gate, taking some of that down. Next Punisher, Mortar, in the top lane, meaning our third Punisher of the game will be a Frozen Punisher. Hanzo, Gia, finishes out his scatter in the bottom lane up against Joanna. 10 talent tier here for both, and it's what you'd pretty much expect. Isolation, Lightning Breath, Dragon's Arrow, Light Bomb, and the Durance of Hate. Lauber coming in for a Shadow Charge play. Unable to make... Oh, wait, this should be a dead... No! Oh my god, no! The arrow from Gia saves the moment. The small stun builds a window for Skog to be able to back away and get some heals from Henning. I can't believe that Gia just saved that. Beautifully played from Gia. And meanwhile, Swamp Grotto's like, y'all good? I'm just gonna keep doing soaking things. I didn't talk about it, but Relentless Soldier for the Tychus is a nice pickup as well, being stunned or rooted. Stuns, roots, they're all abound for the side of Sweden. Nice Commandeer Odin mitigate the stun from Anduin, still taking a ton of damage standing still with that summoning. And Commandeer Odin gonna get a chain heal from Soy Boy. Anduin, Gia, sorry. Gia gets the Sonic Arrow to the north side just to make sure there's no flank from Blaze or anything like that for a massive jet propulsion. Bottom lane fort on a sliver of HP, much like Tychus, who dashes forward. Widowmakers are done for the Nazebo as Skog is so very low. Skog, can you live? Actually gets a heal from Anduin and is just doing fine. Jumps back in with the Shade of Mephisto. Jet propulsion from Baby Houdini landing onto Lauber. The jar is empty. As more poke from Gia with the explosive arrow. Swamp Grotto goes for a drag, doesn't land, does have the Feeding Frenzy level 7, but this I think is going to be a Dahaka Hearthing out. Ooh, maybe not? Nah, he's just going to rotate into mid lane. So as I mentioned, Mortar Punisher for the second one of the game. Both teams, let's see what their fort... Oh, well, it's actually very even in the top lane when it comes to structures. Will the members of Sweden go for their left side bruiser camp? I know I can see Denmark obviously is doing theirs, but no, Sweden wants the priority on positioning. Sweden will forego the camp and get priority on the objective phase. Hanzo with some scatters, explosive arrows as well to get a few of these skeletal defenders. Checking really quickly if you are curious, Dahaka does have Brushstock up and available. He's going to catch a wave in mid and then probably Brushstock in to join the allies when they have the 13 talent tier advantage. It's exactly the case. Shard of Hate, here comes the Brushstock in. Diablo goes in onto Crosby. There's a Lightning Breath and a Light Bomb. Crosby is going to get the Ancestor Healing, but it doesn't actually proc in time. That's a very low Soy Boy and a Tychus. The Isolation onto Tychus. He will go down in this engagement. Top lane camp still available to the side of Denmark, but that won't get much, if any, siege. The reason I bring up Shard of Hate, it's actually really strong for the Mephisto, for the basic ability cooldowns. Also on Shrines and Wave Clear, so Shard of Hate just a really, really good talent pickup for Mephisto, and that talent tier advantage really working out for the side of Sweden as Baby Houdini is going to get dragged in front of the fort front gate, takes a tower shot or two. Swamp Grotto actually will have another drag up and available, I was about to say. I wonder if he'll look for it, but the minion wave is going to block any potential drag. Mid lane will have an Impaler camp grabbed by the enemy. Swamp Grotto tapping bushes and working his way down into bottom lane. As the defense is in position for the side of Denmark, they do have their 13 talent here as well. Blaze holding, I assume he's just going to go into Yeah, collision course. I was gonna say Colossal Smash, that's not right, but yeah, different C. Collision course for Blaze. It's just such a big pickup when it comes to damage. Like right now, Blaze's Jet Propulsion deals like 90 damage baseline, something like that. Deals 87 damage baseline. You're adding in another 458 right now, and that will scale with the levels as well on the baseline and the Colossal, oh my god, Collision course. 123 stacks for the Nazebo. He's on his way for that Vile Infection level 20 upgrade. Baby Houdini getting pushed around by Diablo. Lobber looking for the body blocks as the bunker comes down from Blaze to mitigate the light bomb from Manu. And here comes Dahaka with a brush stalk in. Baby Houdini is going to meet that. That's a huge Durance of Hate. Lightning Breath from the Diablo as well coming in, cooking up a lot of enemy members. It's a triple kill to the side of Sweden. Sweden gets a very strong triple kill. Can they get a kill onto Chinatown here? Iron Skin will be popped. Isolation does connect Scatter. Not enough. 560-something HP left on Joanna, as our Frozen Punisher will be up and available soon in the bottom lane. Man, oh man, Sweden playing really good here as they just got that solid
triple kill.
So while the enemy is respawning, regrouping, soaking up some of these lanes, getting more stacks on the Zebo, the mid lane fort shall go down. Dahaka will be able to grab a camp in bottom lane while this is happening. What a Durance, for real. What a really good Durance of Hate. Corridor fights where Skog lands those huge Durances and spreads to the enemies. Absolutely. We'll see the static field for the Mephisto at level 16. Gia accidentally taking Piercing Arrow. Full Fire Stomp build for Lobber as expected. We will see the Tunneling Claws for the Dahaka for the enhanced speed, so no elongated tongue from him. And of course, Glyph of Faith for the Anduin. God, the early morning just... the early morning allergies really kicking my booty lately. And we're not even in allergy season. I was just talking to my neighbor about this last night when I got home from the bar. I was like, dude, I'm already getting beat up by allergies and it's not even June. Oh boy. Oh, still waiting for waves to crash in. I want to put this out as well. A lot of Sweden members not showing on the map. Lobber's showing in top lane. And so this is why we're seeing so much just huddled play between the members of Denmark. They don't want to step too far away from each other in case some utility is needed, whether it be a shield glare, a zombie wall, an ancestral healing. Sonic Arrow will scout out so they know, all right, the enemy's probably on the camp above us. The scatter for Arrow from Gia will exactly be that case. But this is absolutely expected from a team. Turtle up like this to make sure that you're going to be able to soak up for 16 talent here and fight over the objective phase evenly. This is our third objective phase of the game. We do have Chinatown getting pooped around from Lobber. Baby Houdini clearing out that camp, and as I mentioned, this wave in top will be able to get the 16 talent here. Earth Grasp Totem, Soul Harvest, we'll see the Titan Grenade, Juggernaut Plating, and Holy Renewal. Alright, even talent tiers, scaling of course in favor for the side of Sweden as they've got a 2-level lead. Let's actually pull away these talents so we can see everything a little bit better and see how the engagement does go for these two teams. Sweden already with nearly half the Skeleton Defenders. Commandeer Odin does come in from Tychus as well. Jet Propulsion meeting the face of Swamp Grotto as the drag will connect onto the Blaze. Here's a Light Bomb to follow up as well. Durance of Hate will go out onto the Joanna in the bush. She gets an Iron Skin in time and is able to back away, but the Hanzo lands a beautiful Dragon's Arrow. It's a triple kill for Dahaka. Scatter onto Legend, who's going to try and take down Gia. Dahaka finds the
Quadra kill.
Swamp Grotto popping off right now, and that will be the objective phase going over to the side of Sweden, as well as the quadra kill. 20 seconds, I'd say 25 seconds on average for these 4 players to respawn on the side of Denmark. Diablo goes in. Not sure what they're saying right there, chat. If anyone in chat speaks Denmarkian, by all means, let me know. Punisher jumps to the left-hand side. We've got an Ancestor healing. I accidentally just went onto a player vision. My apologies. Let's fix that really quickly, or I was trying to pull away the talents. Punisher getting damage onto core. Actually, it's scratching the shielding. Skull gets to back away, doesn't get the healing from Anduin in time. Tychus to be traded for the Mephisto, as Punisher might have a jump fairly soon here back onto the enemies. We got good healing from Anduin. The arrow will be perfectly played from Gia, as the scatter doesn't get the kill. The bullseye to follow up. There's the jump onto Joanna. Dahaka wants the chase, and the Lurker Strain doesn't get the pop that knocks back the zombie wall. We got Diablo, Hanzo, and Anduin on core. Meanwhile, Dahaka's brush stalking over here, I guess. Is that the closest bush? Or maybe he panic clicked or something. Joanna's dead. Lightning breath from Diablo to try and cook up this Nocebo. Gia gets over the wall. Oh god. Gia mounts up, poops out a couple coins, and I do think this will be the end of the siege through the bottom lane. Next Punisher, Arcane, could be fourth one of the game if we do see it. Mephisto with Mimic, Censure, we've got the Bullseyes you saw, Hellgate from Diablo, and Contagion as well from the Dahaka. Man, that was a funny end. That was a funny core attempt. I wanted to go to the local donut shop today, but it turns out they're closed on Sundays. Oh, is that what they typed into Twitch? That's what they typed into chat right there? That's what that is? I want to go to the local donut shop, but it turns out they're closed on Sundays. Oh, thank you, Epic Player, for clarifying what Chinatown was saying. Thank you so much. Honestly, Epic Player, I feel you on that a little bit. I can't eat donuts because they're so sweet and sugary, and it just makes my stomach hurt. But God.
Now this is pod racing.
But God, do I love some donuts. There are some days when it's just worth the pain. Jet propulsion in from the Blaze. Light bomb from Anduin. Hellgate from Diablo. A lot being utilized. Also, Skog with the Mimic jumping in and out, getting a ton of just AoE damage around the team fight, as the core is under attack, even though it's actually not really. Everything is fine and dandy. 215 stacks for Nocebo, by the way, and his level 1, or his baseline, excuse me. So we'll probably see that picked up. The waves are crashing in, so yeah, they should be able to get their level 20s before the next objective phase. Denmark should be able to fight with even talent tiers on the next objective phase, and we'll see if this 20 talent is going to be what they needed to turn things around here. Big red button for Tychus expected. Farseer's Blessing for the Rhaegar to be expected. With the Joanna going into Shield Glare, we could see Radiating Faith. I'd love to see the Storm Shield from her. The Blinded by the Light, I believe, is the name of that level 20. Fortified Bunker for Blaze. I really do think there's some key and critical talents for the side of Denmark at this level 20, and we'll see how that all works out. I could be wrong on a couple of those, but that's at least what I'm expecting. I like the utility from the Joanna. That's the reason I was hoping for Blinded by the Light, because I think that'll be a good way to just sustain the team a little bit more. And Blinded by the Light gets cooldown reduction from your shield glares. So it's pretty much it's everything I talked about. Okay. Glad to see no Holy Renewal. Or not Holy Renewal, but no Radiating Faith. I don't think Radiating Faith is bad, but just in this situation. Meanwhile, Swamp Grotto is ending game. And as long as the backs are stopped, Baby Houdini will get Farth out. Will get the Hearth out. Because Dahaka brush stalked out immediately. Big red button from the Tychus. The Ancestor Healing will go on to the Nocebo, getting some spread healing to the allies as Dahaka's in the bush right now. Big red button coming in from the Tychus. The core shielding is down. There are catapults on core. Swamp Grotto either going to go to core or look for a flank. No, they're going for the flank right here. That's the Storm Shield from the Joanna, the Blinded by the Light. We do have them sustained, but their core... Okay, the core is okay for now. It's actually regaining shielding. Oh, the double kill, Diablo.
Double kill.
And here is more pressure being applied onto Nocebo from Diablo. Hello? Hello?
Triple kill.
Quadra kill.
Nice zombie wall.
Team kill.
Red team's core is under attack.
Oh, Lobber, you kill me, Lobber. You absolutely kill me. Alrighty, that is going to be map number 1 over to the side of Sweden. Defendable! Epic player, well-known Denmarkian. Ah, thank you. No donut, just got a Danish. Oh, did you? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into the Nations Cup Group D. We're here in our second best of three of the day. This is the second map in our second best of three. We've got Sweden on the left-hand side, Denmark on the right. As a reminder, for anyone who might be new to the drafting style of these games, might have popped in, might have missed the explanation, we do have, since it was played in the last game, Diablo, Dahaka, Hanzo, Mephisto, Anduin, Blaze, Joanna, Rhaegar, Tychus, Nazebo, all these heroes, excuse me, drank way too much tea way too quickly. All these heroes are unavailable as they were played in the map. That is how the ban phasing works. Now, of course, or the banning for this for these series works. Of course, you do have map bans. These are not going to add to that list. These are just heroes that are banned away for the map in the series. So Denmark, if they take us, if they win this map, Denmark could be one of the first teams to take us into that map number 3. We have not had a map number 3 in any of the groups. And that is the running storyline, is which series will have which series will be a three game series. You're gonna stream it. You got your VTuber model done. Oh, congratulations, bud. Let me hold on one second. Let me make sure that I'm following you. I am not, because I'm a horrible human. All right, there we go. Yeah, let me make sure. Yeah. All right, cool. I got the follow on you. I don't know why I wasn't. Rude. The rudeness from this streamer. All right, there we go. Now I'll be sure to come by and check it out. I'm pretty sure you're on my Discord. I do have a channel in my Discord for community streams. So if you want to pop your when you go live, I've got a channel in my Discord that you can post your stream in. So by all means, when you go live, please do, so that way the community knows and we can all cheer you on. We got a Lucio Genji ban on the left-hand side for Sweden. Denmark gonna ban away the Brightwing and the Hogger. First pick, Sylvanas for Denmark. And Maeva Nubarak, that is... That's scary. That's scary control is what I'm kind of just puffing at here. A lot of control. What's up, Interchip? Good to see you, bud. Thanks for the lurk. Appreciates it. By the way, the next best of 3 today is going to be Ukraine versus Denmark. Urel, Muradin, Sylvanas. Oh, that's a really nice start to the draft for the side of Denmark. I'm curious what Sweden's going to go into for their solo lane. There's a lot of things you can do solo lane, double soak rotations. Malthiel's actually a fairly good pickup. You could look at Zool. There's a little list on my other monitor of the heroes that are still up and available. So just kind of skimming that list. I mean, if they want to go for something flashy, they could go into a Zeratul. Vikings are an option for a map like this, so we'll see how things are going to be played. Zeratul will be banned away. I actually do wonder if Sweden's looking at a Lost Vikings composition, or if they're trying to feign that they're looking at a Vikings by saying ooh, we're going to ban away the Zeratul, so maybe we play Vikings. So we'll see. Give me 1 second. I got a cough. Excuse me. Sorry. Early morning. It's a struggle. Early morning struggles. Viking ban? No, Malthiel. Okay, so they want to get rid of double soak potential as well. Oh. You know, if they Vikings, I hope Denmark butchers. Actually, realistically, you could leave Vikings for a last pick. No, they're not going to. Okay, they're not going to. They need damage. They need more damage with the Maiev. Leo will just double soak. Stukov's a good pickup. A Nubarak, Maiev. I feel like some sort of mage would be really nice. Was Li Ming played in the previous map? No, she wasn't. So Li Ming could be the last pick for the side of Sweden. Actually, Falstead would not be a bad pick for Sweden as well. I really do like Gia's Falstead. Greymane is up and available as well, so Greymane could be a pickup for Gia. Gia's got like a slew of options, and it's just what do they want to do to deal with the Tracer? How do they want to just shut down Tracer? They've got Cocoon Anubarak, so Anubarak can Cocoon the Tracer or Malfurion. Granted, of course, Tracer breaks Malfurion out very quickly, so Tracer might just be the Cocoon target consistently. What is this last pick, though? What is the, what's the secret sauce from Gia? Butcher? The Zeratul ban could also be a target ban up against Soyboy. Oh, I didn't know that. Thank you. All right, there's the Li Ming that I was thinking about for some mage burst. Reset potential is high. Poke around the objective is good. Good morning, Fish. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well today. Let's go ahead and swap over to our casting screen. I will give this a few moments, and then I will start up our next prediction. All right, you know the dealio, chat.
Hey, listen.
I literally, Ashmantle, I just pushed the button and you hit the gamble. I'm telling you, either Ashmantle has got ESPN or they're just hanging outside the window, like just watching, ready for me, ready for when I'm going to push the button. Anyways, good call, Ashmantle. Yes, we do have the gamble going. He's kind of known for Tracer, Zeratul, Tracer, Genji kind of stuff. Ah, well, thank you for the 411, the 811, the 411, the 311. Anyways, on the left-hand side, we're going to be looking at Sweden. Up in this best-of-3 series, we've got Swamp Grotto on the Leoric, Gia on the Li Ming, heading to play the Stukovs, Lauber on the Nubarak, and Skog to play the Maiev. To the right-hand side of the map, we're going to be looking at Denmark, who are looking to put one up on the board here. Maybe, just maybe, this is our first series that goes to a map number 3. We got Soyboy on the Malfurion, Baby Houdini playing the Urel, the Legend on Tracer, Crosby on the Sylvanas, and Chinatown to play the Murden. Let's get into mid lane. Let's check out them level 1s. You still got a solid few moments to get some gambles in if you'd like to play them odds, if you'd like to get your channel points raised, lowered, all that good stuff. It's just channel points. Gamble it all. Why not? Stormbolt Raw into the bush from Chinatown will find Lauber. Healing pathogens spread around from Stukov as Maiev goes in. Umbrobind onto the Sylvanas, and she goes down. That is a very quick
First blood.
I'm gonna assume that means shit. I'm gonna assume that's a swear word. You're waiting for the prediction to pop up in chat. Oh, yeah, that's actually, well. You know, it's almost like there's logic and an easy way to do these things. Meanwhile, I'm just like, oh, he's a magician. I got David Copperfield in my chat. Nice just memento, by the way, for the Maiev at level 1 to help get some camps. It'll speed things up as it does have the bounce. Chinatown looking for the Stormbolt through the far side of the wall, but is not going to be able to get a stun. Does, I believe, get some vision on that. It does mean shit. Swearing on my channel. This is PG-13. Anubarak slowed down by the Stormbolt, but Henning, Skog, and friends will rotate in. Fan and Knives already coming out. Maiev looking for some pressure on a Tracer. Umbra Bind as she jumps over the wall onto the Sylvanas. Sylvanas is going to be bullied. Another kill, this time into Sylvanas. We still have the camp on the right side is going to be leashed. And Maiev is going to be able to finish out that camp while Lauber pushes up the bottom wave, or at least attempts to, with the help of Gia. David Copperfield in chat, Houdini in game. Well, and the crazy thing is that it's the baby of Houdini. I'm so sorry. Anyway, speaking of magicians, by the way, if you've never seen the movie The Illusionist, that one's fantastic if you've never seen it. The Illusionist is very good. Spirit of Vengeance, there's going to be a Tracer kill. 3 kills, 2 minutes in. The members of Sweden are coming out, batting heavily. I have no baseball I have no baseball references, as it's a quadra kill. 2.5 minutes in. What is the experience gain from that? 1,358. Keep that in mind for later on if we do have some shift in kills. It looks like a lot of members from Sweden will hearth out for full. They're going to be able to get their mana and health back to full and then rotate back into lane. The assumption is that Sweden will get 8 shots and Denmark gets their 4 in the top right. I don't think Sweden's an aggressive team to invade this top right camp, or this top right bell tower. Might see Sylvanas and friends try and invade over here on Skog. I'm not 100% sure on that one. No, it's going to be the play towards bottom lane, a Nubrak anchoring, and there's the trade as I had mentioned. Okay. 8 into the core of, 4 into the core of Sweden, 8 into the core of Denmark. Still early game. You mean the Prestige? Well, no, isn't there a movie, isn't it The Illusionist? Isn't that, like... Isn't the illusion where there's like a murder and there's like a magician? We have to look it up after game. My excuse is it's 6:30 in the morning for me. That's my excuse. I'm gonna need a 3rd cup of tea very, very soon. Both are movies. Okay, thank God. I'm not that tired where I can't remember it that much. Okay. At least I remember most of the Heroes of Storm things. Nubrak with a burrow charge doesn't land any sort of CC. Chinatown and friends wiggling around here as the legend on Tracer is going to try and pull, or excuse me, trying to avoid the Umbral Bind pull. Sappers moving into bottom lane. You'll never not confuse those two movies. Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman on the Prestige. I'm pretty sure if I look at the box, I'm probably wrong. I'm willing to bet I'm wrong. We'll look at the box. I'll look at the box art after this game here. That's Gia so very low, 180, 30. Oh my God, Gia lives with like 33 HP. Henning with a lurking arm. Does he have low blow? Level 1 he does. Malfurion with the cleanse. Baev comes in. Umbral Bind, that's a good pull. Chinatown so very low. Li Ming gets the reset. That's another reset. That's another reset.
Triple kill.
1 sapper goes in. That's another reset.
Quadra kill.
That's 4 shots in. Lior got that I wasn't even seeing. Bottom lane fort goes down. Sapper camp worked on by Maev. There's that Naisha's memento bounce. So it finishes at the camp way faster. Heading with the channel. Oh, we got 10 Talontiers as well. Holy crap, Sweden. Sweden with a really strong start here. Liork is going to get bopped a little bit in mid lane, but I mean, he's going to get bruised in mid lane actually as I look at how much he's draining HP. Now that the drain hope is over, he will go down. Anubarak is trying to force in these last few sappers, or these 3 sappers. Can they get there in time? Yes, they can. Or no, they can't. Sorry. They get the sappers in on time. The rotation from Denmark is not on time, and that is going to be 3 more damage into the core. Double objective phase coming up next on the map as we have Sweden holding bottom lane. Liming, worst character design ever. She was made for hype for ACC moments and then just released in the wild. I prefer Murky. That's just me, though. You know, he's super OP. That's why we never see him in any game. Stream, you know, there's the silent community agreement to never play Murky because it's just such an OP hero. Alrighty, Stukov and friends will be able to try, well actually we'll try and shove another Sapper Camp wave in through the bottom here. 36 to 20 in core HP, double objective phase coming up next. That's a burrow charge combo onto the Murden. Wailing Arrow from Sylvanas coming out as well. Pulse Bomb connecting onto Lauber here as he's taking so much damage. He actually backs away to the right-hand side because it's safer to go down over here. Stukov will fall. Yrel moves to the top right of the map. I think the Lioric and Yrel will be just trading out objectives. We do have an Cocoon onto Muradin, Umbral Bind in. That is going to be a kill onto Malfurion. Gia backing away. Skog on 200 HP. 5-3 in shots as there's still 3 sappers in bottom lane to push in. Will they be able to do so? Oh, Chinatown so very low. That's 3 more sappers in. 8 shots in total from 5 from the objective and 3 from the 8 from the sappers. Burning Legion for the Anubarak as we got some hearths out through bottom lane, and mid lane will be soaked up by... No, it won't. Never mind. They're going to go to camp immediately. Yeah, they see the Maiev, or they see the Maiev coming in. Tracer just backs away. Try and clear out the wave. Try and get 13 talents here, but it's 11-2 in kills, and this bottom lane has been held so very well by the side of Sweden. Leoric in top lane may fall, but honestly, of all the heroes to lose, he's not the worst one. Li Ming is actually going to try and find a reset onto the Sylvanas, and will be able to do so. Here comes Soy Boy helping out the Muradin. Gia might go down here. Malfurion with the Tranquility. Gia so very low. Muradin Dwarf launches. Dwarf launches? He's actually not even level 16, so he can't have the Dwarf launch. But we got the Dwarf Toss. There we go. That's the name of the talent. I could not remember that for the life of me. 9 HP remains on the core of Denmark in this qualifier, or this round-robin game for the first stage of the EU qualifications. Ardent Defender will expire. 2-minute cooldown on that one. Leo pushes a wave into top lane, and I think with Li Ming dead for 6, I wonder if they're going to delay, if they're going to just give this. Fight breaks out, Umbral Bind onto 2. The Legend getting pulled around will be able to recall back. Lurking Arm from the Stukov as we have Yrel looking to jump in with an Avenging Wrath after the sleep expires. Malfurion Soy Boy with the channel does get those 3 shots into the core of Sweden, but with Li Ming back, Gia and friends, they want to get a kill or 2, get some resets for Li Ming. Trying to find the wave of force and such into the Legend, who gets a recall in time. That's a reset for Li Ming. Scope very low, does go down. Righteous Hammer to bop back a few of the enemies of Sweden. Li Ming popping off right here. Gia going to be able to go ahead and get another kill. Baby Houdini's going to be the chase target. Does have to get past this fort in the bottom lane. We'll be able to hug the side wall. Wave of forces displacing Yrel, trying to Avenging Wrath over the wall, but Malfurion's got some heals, and it's only going to be a triple kill over the side of Sweden. 15-5 in kills as the mid lane fort did take some damage. Leo still doing double soak duties. What is the soak for Svamgrada? 14,000, 15,000 rounding up. Yrel, though, I do want to say, around 13,000 currently, so not that big of a difference, but Leo, Svamgrada is doing fantastic soaking up for the allies consistently. Split soaking, shoving waves, and rotating into objective facings as needed. Next objective, by the way, will be a triple altar. So 2 altars could be a win for the side of Sweden. 1 altar and boss. We'll see if these sappers go in, but right now they need 1 altar with the current hold on the bottom lane bell tower, and 2 altars or 1 altar and a boss currently. And if bottom lane gets reconverted, then they'll be looking at all 3 altars or 2 altars and a boss. Lobber checks a bush, but he's okay for the time being. Burrows away. Wailing Arrow from Sylvanas. Cocoon onto Tracer as the Stormbolt from Muradin connects. We got Leoric in the top lane. He's going to maybe sneak one of the channels here. Yes, he is, but I'm looking at the minimap. Yrel coming in. She should get a delay onto him in time. We've got a Lurking Arm and some good damage onto the Muradin. He will fall. Soy Boy will go down as well. Sylvanas sneaks the 3 shots on the lower end of our screen. 1 sapper did make it over the wall, as it is 8 HP left on the core of Denmark. Yrel Avenging Wraths away. Lobber sets up in the bush, heading going for the channel. Nubrak gonna be spawning beetles as he works his way around. Sylvanas with a Haunting Wave. Yrel on the left-hand side. She's gonna go for this channel. Lobber should have an interrupt. Leo and crew get the channel on the right-hand side, and I do think this is the beginning of the end. 3 HP remains on the... I'm sorry! Svamgrada's going and split soaking again. Oh, no, Yrel did get the channel. I'm sorry. That's my bad. I was like, okay. I was like, there's still an altar to get, but no, Yrel actually got the channel. So they're going to go for Barrage to end the game. All right. Alright, Henning massively shoves away the enemy. One more will come through. Li Ming gets a reset as the last shot will raid into the core. GG, well played. Sweden takes the series in a 2-0.